Joined by Alex Porco, one of the newest coaching members of the Hamilton Hurricanes. She is the defensive back coach. Alex, welcome.
Thank you.
As I said, you are one of the new staff members to the Hamilton Hurricanes coaching staff roster for this upcoming season on Coach Barry Emo's staff. How did this opportunity come about for yourself?
So I started coaching with Nelson high school football team. This will be my third year, and Barry Emo is a part of that coaching staff as well. So he's kind of brought me along for the teams that he coaches in the summer. So last year we did SCP, and this year was Hamilton Hurricanes.
Awesome. So you have that prior coaching relationship with him? Was there anyone when he asked you to be a part of that, like, did you have to think about it, or were you in right away?
I was in right away.
And why was that?
I love coaching. I love the game of football. So any opportunity that presents itself, I'm going to take.
So you've coached for a few years. What's your experience or background in football?
I started playing, I think it was grade 7, the first year my elementary school got a team. So I played grade 7 and 8. Going into high school, they didn't have football for girls. I wanted to try out for the boys team, but the coaches didn't want that. So I didn't start again until I was in university. So McMaster football had a flag with contact. They used to call it powder puff. So I played that, and the men's team were our coaches, and we played against other universities in weekend tournaments in the winter. And then I joined Touch League, T-Font, so Toronto tournaments that I still play today, and I play in a Hamilton League during the summer.
What is it about the sport that you like so much? Do you have a favorite aspect of it, or?
Just everything, like the mindset that you have to have, like being able to read the plays, what you think is going to happen, and reacting to it. And I just think it brings a lot of people together, and it's a different sport, especially for females. It's getting more common now, especially with flag and the young girls, but it wasn't that common growing up. So when you got to play it, it was a new sport. It was exciting. It was something new and fun that you got to learn.
So this year, you'll be with the Hurricanes coaching defensive backs. Is that more your experience on the defensive side of football?
Yeah, I've always played defense. For touch, I've gone both ways, but at Mac, I played safety, which I fell in love with.
So do you have a specific coaching style? Have you thought about that at all?
I'm still trying to learn one, for sure, trying to incorporate a bunch of different things, but I do like having the players put input into what they get to do or how they see things develop during practice. I think it's good to get everyone's aspect of what's happening, and if it's working, if it's not working, maybe it's working for certain people. Maybe you have to teach the drill 2 different ways. Some people might learn by instruction, but others might learn by seeing it happen. And then once after games, getting their input on what they think went well before we tell them what we saw went well or what didn't go well, and building from that, coming up with drills based on what they think they need to work on to move forward for the next game.
Do you find that kind of what I'm hearing is maybe kind of like an open form of communication between you and the players? Is that something, do you find that works well, like ends up getting some good results when you approach the coaching player aspect that way?
Yeah, I think it's better once you have, like you said, open lines of communication. It also gets you helps you to get to know the person as a human more on a more human level, not just straight sports and drills, which I think helps you relate to them, and it makes them want to work for you on the field harder.
That's certainly when we look at the OFC's values, we're certainly about, promoting the game of football, on the field between the whistles, things like that. But we're also about kind of developing all of our players and staff outside of the game of football. So I think that that sounds like kind of your values kind of align with the OFC values, which is great. And so you are the first female coach in the OFC's history. Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
Is that something that you reflect on at all? What is that mean to you?
It was a little crazy to think about when I was first told that it's just never happened before. But I do think it's more up and coming. We're seeing more females in the football world, in all aspects of it. And I think it's becoming more common because we can now see females in these positions. So I've always wanted to be involved in football, but I didn't really think it was possible until McMaster started the apprenticeship program for females in coaching. And so I applied for that. Didn't get it because I didn't have knowledge in tackle football, but it made me want to go out and find the knowledge, find someone who would help me get that knowledge, which is how I ended up at Nelson. So I think just doing these things, putting it out there that there are spots for women in football is huge, and there's going to be more women coming up through, hopefully.
So that kind of leads into my next question. So do you find that you didn't know it was possible, you said, to when you were, growing up a few years ago. Do you think that, why do you think that representation in sports is important?
I think it's hard for you to put yourself in someone else's shoes when you can't relate to them. So yeah, like we can relate to males in football based on our interest in football, but it's hard to relate on the sense where like you don't see your own gender. So if you can't see it, sometimes we think we can't be it. And it just helps to see more examples of it and have them demonstrated for us. And then it puts that in your mind, like, hey, I can be that when I grow up, or I can do that growing up.
Do you find or hope to be that type of an example for other women or younger women that are looking at the sport of football, be it coaching or playing?
Yeah, for sure. I hope that from this, someone will see it and someone will want to go into coaching and pursue that route.
So the Hurricanes in the Ontario Football Conference, a high level of football. Do you have goals for this season, either you personally or you and the coaching staff of the Hurricanes?
Personally, I'd like to learn more from it, especially at this age group. It's the next step after high school, so I'm really excited to work with this age group. I'd also like to learn more about the other side of the ball, and I think that will help me in coaching on the defensive side by learning more about the offensive side.
Awesome. Yeah, that's certainly sounds. And so you coaching the Hurricanes, are you local to Hamilton, the Hamilton area?
I was born and raised in Hamilton. I'm currently living in Brantford, but I'm around Hamilton a lot.
So being you from Hamilton in the area, did you know of the Hurricanes growing up or in recent years?
Yeah, some of my friends in high school played on the Hurricanes, so I've known of them. I haven't been to many games, but I've known about them before.
Great. So from here on out till training camp starts, what's your involvement in the other coaches' involvement as you kind of slowly, it's now March as of a couple of days ago. So what's your involvement in the team from here on out?
So we've had some Sundays where first we had the rookies come in for testing, and then we had the vets come in for testing. And now we're starting to do more positional days. So when defense is up, I will go and help coach the DBs, walk through the plays that we want to install during the season, what our goals are for the year, and how we want to help them get there.
And how's that experience been going so far?
It's awesome. I love it. Everyone's been so welcoming, so nice. The guys have put in a lot of hard work. You can tell they want to be there. They want to get going. So it's awesome.
Awesome. Anything else that you'd like to add in at all about this new opportunity for yourself and the Hurricanes season?
I'm very excited, looking forward to this season and the future. And I just hope that if there are any more females who want to get involved, reach out to anyone and we'll find something for you or help you get there.
Have you had people reach out to you in your involvement in football asking for advice about getting into the sport?
Yeah, some. I went to the Women in Football conference a couple weekends ago, and from there I've had another coach reach out to me and ask if I can come help their women's touch for young girls. So I'm going to try to do that when I have the time. And I've also had just like parents come up to me and say like, thank you, this is great. Like it's awesome. I don't know.
Yeah. How did that make you feel?
It feels good. Like it's scary at the beginning, but I've had some of the players at Nelson my first year. I had to run a practice with the DBs by myself almost right away, and I thought I didn't know what I was doing, but some of them came up to me after and told me that like it was good, I did a good job, and it's refreshing to know that they don't think you don't belong, like that they know that you should be there.
Certainly. That's great. Well, Alex, I appreciate you taking the time. And again, congratulations. Welcome to the OFC and best of luck as the preparations ramp up, as I'm sure it'll be kickoff of game one of week one before you and the coaching staff know it.
Yeah. Thank
Awesome.
you.